Hey guys, it's a full-time drama queen, and we're back at it again with another Drama Talks. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Tonight we're gonna have a really blessed conversation with my man, Phonk. Come on, join us. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? How are
Appreciate it.
you?
Appreciate it. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. How about you, man?
Definitely blessed, definitely blessed.
Absolutely.
So I brought you to the talk because I thought you have a very interesting perspective. I feel like you're a little inconspicuous, a little mysterious, but have a very strong point of view.
Okay.
And I just wanted to introduce the people a little bit on the music side as to what you would like to showcase. Like, what is it that we can expect from you musically?
Um. Well, I'm versatile. I don't sound like a lot of people, and that's actually what I think my greatest strength is that I have my own style. But what you can expect is like funk throughout the genres, if that makes sense. There's always gonna be those old funk, that old R&B like influence. Your George Clintons, your Clyde Davis. Like you'll have those influences like in the roots of it, but it'll be transcended through times, through genres, across feelings, countries, all type of things. I just want to create an experience that's free, where anybody can feel free to express themselves, and not in a managed way, not in a way that's cool so that other people are like them. It's like, nah, like at a funk show, like you can be yourself. Like this is the one place in the world that's free. That's if anybody got anything from my music, that's what I want them to get.
Awesome. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing.
I appreciate it.
Where does that sense of freedom for you stem from?
Um, that's part of the reason I started making music. Because um, as you know, you and I went to school together many moons ago. Like you feel me? It's kind of hard to believe that it was such a long time ago. But like back in those times, it felt like I always had to present myself in a certain way to
Mm,
please people. I had to
mm-hmm.
parents or my friends or the organizations or something like that. Like it was always a face or the type of way I had to present myself in order to be the good whatever, right? And
Palatable.
and I hated that. I hated that shit because I hated that stuff because it was just like it's not me. I wanted to say how I felt. I wanted to be open. I wanted to express myself how I felt myself. So that's really why I started making music. Because I wanted to have a moment where I could say how I felt, unfiltered, unadulterated, just speak,
Mm-hmm.
my truth as I saw it. And with that being like the root of why I kind of came into music, that's why I want everybody to have that feeling because that's what it's there for.
Definitely, definitely. It's funny you talk about creating music to express how you truly feel unfiltered
Hmm.
because I find that I got into the field of acting because I wanted to express myself unfiltered as well.
Hmm.
And as you may remember, I was always in like some sort of drama club or like in the doing something weird,
Yeah, in the space,
in the
getting it in,
space.
getting it in.
Even on days where we had like dress ups or we had to dress up like characters, I was always the character. Like I think I was a crackhead one year and that just was that. Um, but to get back to the music, what do you feel like is inspiring you right now to continue to create?
That's a good question. Um, the mission really. Because like I've been making music a long time. Like I was making music back then, and I, it was times I thought I was taking it seriously, but never really did. Like, and now that I'm kind of in this space where I'm like, yo, what have I been doing? Like, I have a decade long career that nobody's ever heard. What am I doing?
Mm,
You know what?
mm,
What's really the point? I don't think
mm,
I'm at that point. It's like, nah, like my music is good. I see how people react. Like I had my first encore last night. And that was like super duper dope, you know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't expect that. Shout out to Luther's Table. I didn't expect that at all. You know, like first song ain't even go good, you know what I'm saying? I only did the preview and I did as much of it as I could. Um, but they
Wow.
still like after my second song, like they really asked for an encore. Like that was a really good feeling. So like things like that, like me knowing I got good music, like knowing I'm meant to change the sound. I'm meant to make music fun again. Like I'm here to make music actually good again. I'm about to make people compete and like actually work to be good at their music because I work to be good at mine. So with me knowing that's my mission, it's like, yeah, I gotta do that.
So do you feel like you're still an artist if you have no music out?
No, I got plenty of music.
No. If you're an artist, not you, but if
Mm,
you are a current artist that does not have current music out, do you feel like you are still defined as an artist?
so yes and no, because I have some friends that are engaging in that right now. But for me, right, you have to produce your work, bro. Period. Like you can't do anything in your bedroom. You know, like you can't say, "Oh yeah, I'm a singer," and you only sing songs that nobody's heard. You have to produce your work. If you're a model, you have to go to the events. If you're a singer, you have to go to the mics. You have to produce your work. That's the only thing to me that validates you as an artist. Because if you were to meet a person that could actually help you, and you say, I'm an artist, they're going to say, what's your work? And if there is no work to show them, then,
It goes for any industry, really.
yeah, like you got to have your work. So you can't really do everything in the bedroom. I know, Instagram and the internet will make you think you can, but you really can't. Like you got to produce your work.
Absolutely. When did you discover your sound and your first question? When did you discover your voice? And then when did you discover your sound?
Hmm. I always knew I had a voice, but as far as my sound, that's also another good question. Hey, you come through with the good questions, girl.
Per
Uh-oh.
drama twerks.
um, um,
Tell me the song you found your sound. Unreleased or released?
Probably Mr. Renegade.
Hmm.
That was the first time. Because so I made a song called No Love before that. So No Love was released this year, even though it's a lot old. It's actually older than Mr. Renegade.
Hmm.
But Mr. Renegade was the first time I was like I made a song and I really was like, okay, like, I've really heard myself, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
Right.
the first time I really heard myself as an artist. Like it started to hear what made me different, started to hear what made me me, started to hear that, like, started to hear my thing. Like Mr. Renegade was probably the first time I
Mm-hmm.
realized, like, okay, I got, strengths in this. I could play a song like this. I can, like, so
Right.
probably Mr. Renegade.
So at the same time that you became musically inclined and in depth, how would you say that meshed with the authenticity of which you showed up in spaces then once you develop your voice in music?
So all of my songs I write are based on true stories. Every single one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I write on my own music, you know what I'm saying? So that's what always gives it that because I really take from points in my life,
Absolutely.
and make them, eternal moments in time. Because like a song, you know, you pray a song lives forever. You know what I'm saying? The song, as long as somebody wants to hear your song, is as long as it lives. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
to have that opportunity to create something that can be sought after year, again and again, across cultures, across, time and space and understandings, like that's a real opportunity. You can't take that for granted.
Definitely not. But when did you actually decide, like, I'm not going to be palatable anymore?
Probably
Because,
college.
okay,
What were you gonna say?
because I can see that you've gotten past that hurdle.
Yeah, cause like probably college, cause like it was the first time not being, at my mom's house, so it was,
That changes things.
yeah, like it was like, all right, I get to really experience this world for myself, and like I
Right.
dove headfirst into it, like just
Right, right, right.
dove into it. Yeah, probably college, cause like that was the first time I really like had to like be myself for myself.
Hmm.
Probably college, yeah.
Definitely. I can see how that could happen because when I finally moved out, I was damn near like, what? Like
Yeah,
I was kind of glad that I waited. To
yeah,
be
you should.
honest, I was
Should.
glad.
Because like somebody said like you shouldn't move out your mom's house to your late 20s, and I was like, yeah, you really shouldn't. Like you should get your money up from your teens to like your mid 20s, stack all of that up. Like honestly, like, and as
Definitely.
long as you stacking it up, bro, you can do the Airbnbs, you can do the weekends, you can do all the things you want to do. But if
Absolutely.
you set it up like, but you got to be focused and have that vision in mind, and like a lot of times, especially when you're young, man, like that's one thing I definitely say, like when you young, it's like there's a plan, but you only know the outline. You don't know you don't know as much as you think you know. You don't know the
That's
color,
facts.
you don't know the bumps. You just know like,
Mm-mm.
nah, I'm gonna get there. It's like, yeah, but what about all the stuff in the middle? Doesn't matter. Like
That stuff in the middle matters.
yeah, definitely matters, bro. Definitely matters, young snapper. But like, so like now that I'm older, and getting older, it's one of those things where I can start looking at stuff I've done and like certain situations I'm still, growing through, and I'm like, okay, okay, maybe, okay, like,
Hmm.
kind of see things a little bit differently. So,
What did you take from living at home, and then what did you realize that you needed to know from that experience of like living at home that you had to apply in adulthood?
probably the importance of God, honestly,
Ooh, what was
because
that? Wait,
the
I'm sorry.
importance
Please
of
repeat.
the importance of God, honestly,
Mm,
because like I was really rebellious against it. That was one thing I was rebelling against when I went to school, because my people were so like super religious, and I was like, I just wasn't with it, because I told my mom this today, so I don't even feel bad. Oh, in church, right, with like people or whatever, they were always like sick and like poor, and like they
ooh,
always
that you
had
have.
problems. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, why are we coming here? For what? Like these people always broke, sad, hungry, busted, disgusted. Like they always sad. Like I'd rather go to the block. You know why? Because
Hmm.
everybody on the block sells drugs, and everybody who sells drugs has cars, women. They're living okay. They're living way better than
I
these
feel
people
like
that
this is
live in the
deja
hood.
vu actually, because
Like,
I've had this conversation before with someone else.
bro, you probably had it with me because like that's how I felt. That's how I felt back then. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But like now that I'm older and understand, like, bro, it's more than one way to skin a cat. Like, you don't always got to do it this way. You don't always got to do it that way. But there's a fine line that you can walk in like to manage yourself, accordingly. And like progress. But not to get too far off the subject. Um, I rebelled against that when I went to school, because I was like, I don't. Because like it's a lot of people that believe in different things. There's a lot of people that don't believe in God. Like for me, it was like there's a lot of options out here. Like, so why do I have to like? Why do I have to just believe it because y'all did? Like that's stupid. I'm not. Let me go find out for myself.
Right.
So it just got to that point, like just like life, life get hard on you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And when you don't have a center, it's like you kind of looking around, and like one day I just,
Oh.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
like one day I was just like, okay, look, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to that point that I feel like everybody gets to. You know what I'm saying? At some point, I was like, look, if you out there, like I need you to do something because this ain't working.
Right.
And uh that very thing I asked for literally came true in like a couple hours, and then I was like, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm talking to myself. Okay, now that we figured that out, let's let's dig deeper into it. And the older I got, just like knowing like how things are and how like how fragile life is, and like we lost so many people. You know what I'm saying? People dying every day. So it's like with all of that happening, it's like, yo, how how can I manage myself and more importantly my soul, like the inner parts of me? Oh man, I just don't want to pull that crap. Uh,
Oh, like it's about to
I'm,
die.
yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Like we whole I don't whole set this up. But the
You could
manage.
always chart. You could always you could take a commercial break.
You sure?
Of course. This is
All
a
right.
talk show. You can take a commercial break. I got
Oh,
you.
all right. That's bad.
We'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. Okay. Yes. We're back like
And
that.
we back like we never left.
Like you never left. Okay.
Like we never left.
um word. So where were we?
About God and how I kept that like from like my parents when I was
And
like,
then you had a blessing.
yeah. So like yeah, that's how that's what kind of made me kind of like look into it, and trying to like manage my life and manage like, like I said, my soul better. Cause I don't want to just make a whole bunch of decisions and then pass on one day and like my transition into the next realm is filled with chaos and just not ideal. I want to make sure that spiritually I can have a good transition.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think sometimes when we stray away, whether we're in church, not in church, um, but there is a definitely a higher power. Like I
Yeah,
can't explain why the sun does what it does, and the sun sets the way it sets, and how our bodies have so many organs, and like they're all
yeah.
inside of us, and like we can't see them, and it's just so many questions I have. So it's like I can't even question it because I know.
Like some of the things that make me just proud to be like a person is like our bodies are made of a few systems that are literally in the planet. Our body is 70% water, much like the planet.
Hmm.
Um, the the basically the solar system, like the major planet system of the galaxy, is the same system that's within us. The cannabinoid system, we have one in our body. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all kind of like we are, you know what I'm saying? Like all that is, all that can be, like all that breathes, all that is creation. Like we are that, as human
Hmm.
beings. Like I don't feel like people really recognize the greatness that is their humanity.
Absolutely, I agree. And then and just to touch on one slight little feather topic, it's like people don't understand that we're all made the same.
Hmm.
We have the same bodies, like just different shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yeah.
Um, and to go on to my next point, I was gonna ask you, how is your mental health these days?
It's way better than it used to be. It's difficult. Like that probably is one thing I would want to talk about is the mental health of black men. Because
Please.
yeah, because black men we don't really have a lot of places to go. And I know people will say there's therapy, but I'll tell you something kind of personal. My last therapist low key kind of abandoned me, low key. So when you're going through therapy, especially when you're like one of those very smart people who are, maybe pessimistic or like understand that people leave, like, one of those people that always kind of make something make sense. As one of those people, it's like, okay, it made sense to me, and it kind of ruined my experience, but that doesn't mean I don't see the value in it. And I also know that like I have to find places. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no longer like as a black man, as a man, a lot of times we're like, man, we'll do that later. Like we'll get to it when we get to it. It's like, no, you can't do it. Like if you're going through something, go through it. Like if you're feeling something, you're experiencing something, feel it. You know what I'm saying? We don't always have permission to feel. As
Mm-mm.
especially as black men. And if for me, my thing is now it's like nobody's gonna give me permission to be human. I'm like I have my moments and I feel like I need to be human in the moment. I'm going to be human, and
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. And like I'm gonna give myself the grace to say, bro, you're not, you ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't
Right.
no hoe or nothing like that. Like bro, you being human. You know what I'm saying? Like these things are trying. And they come out. So
Hmm.
I try to
It's human nature.
I try to give myself permission, and I invite all men, especially black men, really black men. You know what I'm saying? My point to it. But I invite all black men to give yourself permission to be human, permission to be felt, permission to be
You
hurt.
sound a little muffled.
You hear me? Oh no, we where we at? We good?
Now you're good. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I wanted to give black men permission to be hurt, permission to be heard, permission to be felt. Like, give yourself grace and permission to feel because all of that anger and rage and all that, bro. That stuff will kill you one day. Like real talk, I had to learn. Like what I'm saying. Like the leading killer of black men is hypertension, which is the heart beating faster than it should. And I know how that kill black men because we always on go. You know what I'm saying? We have to be. You know what I'm saying? That's just the mentality out here. So it's like if you don't get a chance to like watch a movie and express some emotion, if you don't get a chance to like really hug somebody and like get it out, like if you don't get a chance to do those things, like it will come out in another way. But would you rather it come out healthy or you know violent and expressive and something that could possibly change the course of your future forever?
Right. Right. I definitely can hear you. and resonate with that. Thank you for saying those things and for allowing for Black men to be heard in this space, because you are one of the first male guests that I've had on Drama Talks, and it will not be the last. Thank you for coming on the show. Yes,
No, appreciate you for
give him a
having me.
strong, sturdy
Had
Millie
to,
Rock. Period.
had to.
Yes.
One time. Had to.
Right.
Had to. Yeah,
So, with no further ado, I would love to share your music.
for sure. I'm with it.
Awesome. Let's do it. All right, guys. So I'm sharing my screen for the first time on Drama Talks, and we are going to play. Would you like to introduce your song?
For sure, for sure. So, guys, hey, listen. This is your boy, the Phonk. I'm here doing what we do, and we do it because we did. You understand? I got the best fans in the world, the Beast from the East. This is one of my favorite songs. Every
Okay.
of this song, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit edgy. It's a little bit provocative. It's definitely relatable. Everybody's been through this type of thing. Without another further ado, understand that if you go and show me that you love me, I just need to see the proof. You understand?
Period. Let's hear it. Don't play with it.
Play with that, man.
Don't play with it.
When the stakes are high at work, your tone matters. Grammarly's advanced tone suggestions can help.
Can you hear?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is the radio edit or not, though.
That's all right. That's all right.
Cool.
You're gonna get a stream.
Make you feel like you love me. How I feel when you touch me. By the way that you fuck me. Though I know you don't. I know you don't. Don't you love how that whenever you see me, you instantly get in the mood? And yeah, I heard your body had already told me what you want me to do. Got something inside locked up high in your mind, and I think that I just let it loose. You don't gotta fight it, cause honestly, it's already what you wanted to do. That body you rock.
Don't play with it.
The goddess, I need me the product of you. And you so raw, I can't even re-rock it and turn me a 1 and a 2. I don't think we in love, but we think we in love whenever we end up in the room. They say hips never lie, look inside of our eyes, know that they ain't for telling the truth. You know you got agendas and I got agendas, so fuck it. The mirror and you move, and you keep it real and no, I keep it real, but neither of us telling the truth. Do you really love me, or do you really love the thing that you know I'ma do? After screaming my name, time to put in some pain, baby girl, come and show me the proof. How I feel when you touch me. By the way that you fuck me. Though I know you don't. Make it feel like you love me. How I feel when you touch me. By the way that you fuck me. Though I know you don't. And I think nice, love the way you sit, throwing gang signs, moment while I hit, give it hang time, pulling on extensions. Say my name and call a bitch. Mouth wide open for the spit. Bone down, gang, a nigga tripping. Baby, know a nigga body different. Hanging by your ass and get the whipping. But if you try my nerves, I try the difference. Go do all you feel for real, I'm dipping. You might think it's cold, but shit, what isn't? You can be a Jordan, still get pippin'. Check the dart, no surprise it is. Check behind her, no surprise it isn't. You might go and fuck another nigga and make him hate me just because you miss me. Still call a nigga for the quickie sticky. Lord knows that I shouldn't hit the kitty, but that pussy humming like a Hemi. If I hear break screeching and it's litty, she said daddy put it deeper in me. So I duck it, sucking on the titty. Slapped her on the ass and grip my heater. She don't trust me, I don't trust her either. How I feel when you touch me. By the way that you fuck me. Though I know you don't. Make it feel like you love me. How I I feel when you touching me, by the way that you fuck me, though I know you don't.
Wow. Yeah.
Told you.
That was very good. Like that was spectacular actually. I did not expect that shit. Pardon my language. Like that was great. I'm
Thank
very,
you.
very proud of you. I'm very good.
Thank
I was
you.
not expecting that. I did not know what your voice is gonna sound like audio, with audio, but with these headphones and with the beat. So tell me that process, like get into it real quick because I gotta collect the dots. Okay. When
Yeah,
did you
that's
release the song?
Proof. That came out in March, I want to say. March of this
Uh
year, I want to say. March of last
wow.
year. March of last year. Yeah,
So
March.
do you have a radio editor version?
Yeah. It's on Apple Music. It's on Spotify,
Nice. So you have both
SoundCloud,
up there. You have
everywhere.
both up
Yep.
there.
hmm
Okay, good.
Yep. All of
Oh
that
my
is out there.
gosh. So tell me, like, do you actually do all of the production yourself or do you have a team?
Nah. So it's really just me. I just really work with my engineer. Really.
Okay.
But
That's
I
what's up.
buy my beats. Buy your beats, guys. Buy your beats. I buy my
Buy
beats.
your beats.
I buy my beats. You know what I'm saying? So like after that, I get in the stew, get the engineer, have him clean it up, rock it down.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
That's amazing. I'm very, very excited to see what we're going to see from you next visually.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see, I don't know, I can visualize it, but we might have to plug a drama film in there sometime. So please.
Listen, talk to me. I'm with it.
Okay.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Okay.
I'm with all of that.
Yes. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Thank y'all for having
Um,
me. For sure.
yes, it's truly a blessing. And next time I wanna get some behind the scenes like footage
Yep.
of you performing live somewhere. So gotta make
Okay.
that happen.
For sure. I got you. I got you.
Definitely.
All
All
right.
right, guys. So we're signing on out. Please follow him before we get up out on Instagram. You're here.
Oh yeah, I'm here at official funk music. I know it froze. I was like, but nah,
Is official spell it out for us.
official OFFICIAL, official, yeah.
I
Official PHONK music, MUSIC, official funk
per
music, Instagram, and that's everywhere. Oh, that's
it's go
lit. It's on the
we gotta
ticker.
go, yeah,
Hey, okay, like we
per
gotta do
follow
it.
him
You
right
feel me?
now,
Know me, know me, you
subscribe, Apple Music,
know me.
Spotify, all that. And that ends it. Love y'all, and we're gonna peace out
For sure, love.
for sure.